Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Gadigal people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Joni Jones. It's Thursday, May 11. In Squiz Kids Today, Aussies take the stage at Eurovision. A bird catches a boat to Bali. Mixing science with surfing, and the king of pooch is crowned. That's what's making news kids style.
The lowdown.
It's fashion, it's music, it's glamorous, it's outrageous, and it's a bit of fun. I'm talking about the Eurovision Song Contest, which is underway in Liverpool in England. It's a music competition where one musician or group from each European country performs. They are voted on by industry professionals and viewers watching from all over the world. It spans a few days because there are semi-finals and grand finals. Interestingly, or oddly, Australia is also part of the contest. Now, I know what you're thinking, because quite frankly, I think it too. Australia is not part of Europe. But back in 2015, because Eurovision was so popular here down under, the officials invited us to take part, and we've been included ever since. But the event is not just about the tunes, it's also about the fashion, the gowns, the glitz and the glam. Some singers become more known for their style over their songs. So there is even an award for You're the Vision at Eurovision. The Aussie entrant this year is a band called Voyager. I'll post a link to their song in our episode notes. By day, the lead singer is an immigration lawyer from Perth, but at night he's our rock star lead singer with rock star long wavy hair to match. The group is part rock, part metal, part theatre and part drama. They promise to wear lots of skirts, lots of glitter and lots of sequins. Whew, glitter and sequins? Sounds like Voyager are doing everything they can to make sure this will be their time to shine.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Bali in Indonesia, where an Australian bird has found herself at the centre of a diplomatic saga. Operation Bring Back Millie is now in full swing after the beloved pet bird accidentally hitched a ride on a ship and cruised all the way across the Indonesian Ocean. Millie is a black kite bird, which is an indigenous bird native to the Kimberley region in WA. Wildlife worker Chris Mitchell and his family have been raising Millie since she was a baby chick after she fell out of her mother's nest. Millie is loved by her family, and apparently they even take her out to restaurants and sporting games in their local town of Broome. But last month there was a really bad storm, and Millie took shelter in a cruise ship. Little did she know it set sail, taking her 1,300 kilometres away from home. More than 4,000 people have signed an online petition pleading for the safe return of Millie. But Australia has all sorts of laws that don't allow pet birds to come back because of our country's tight biosecurity rules, which means we don't want to risk bringing in any plants, animals, or food that may carry pests or diseases. In the meantime, the Consulate General in Bali has given Millie a new home at a bird park in Indonesia, where they say she is not a burden at all. Well, come on. Bryce can't have all the dad joke fun to himself.
Weird science.
You may not see how science and surfing go together, but big wave rider Sebastian Sturdner believes it's the key to his success. Sebastian holds the world record for surfing the biggest wave ever, which was 26.2 metres high. Do you know how tall that is? If you look at a building and you count up 8 levels, it's that high, and that's huge. He conquered the wave at Nazaré, which is a famous surf break in the south of Portugal. It's known as the Mount Everest of big waves, because off the coast of Portugal there is an underwater canyon that has a depth of 5,000 metres. The canyon is the reason such ginormous waves are formed. And when I say ginormous, I really mean humongous, outrageously, unbelievably huge. I'll post a link of his feats in our episode notes. Sebastian has a military doctor, a trained lifeguard and scientists on his team, where he tests his craft in cutting-edge wind tunnels to understand the biomechanics of surfing and the most precise mathematical angle of where he should be on his board and how low he should be on his board, so he could stay at the pinnacle of his sport. Now, I'm not sure how much science was involved in this, but the huge swells that have been hitting the New South Wales coast this week have created monster surf off Sydney. Locals in Coogee have seen some of the biggest waves to ever hit Wedding Cake Island, and a Brazilian bodyboarder was keen to get in on the action. He spent about an hour trying to paddle out but was washed ashore. Not wanting to give up, he tried another strategy, taking off his wetsuit, which he thought was weighing him down. Then, success! He caught a powerful 6-metre wave just in his Speedos, then celebrated ashore with an acai bowl. How Brazilian is that?
Animal Kingdom.
Congratulations to Buddy Holly, the king of pooches, who has been crowned Best in Show at the famous Westminster Dog Show. Buddy Holly is a Petit Basset Griffon Vendéen, which is actually a type of dog breed I haven't even heard of. It's often called a PBGV because that's apparently easier to say, but it isn't really easier to say, is it? PBGV. Whew, wow, what a mouthful. It's a breed originally from France. Buddy beat out 3,000 other strong canine contenders, from boxers to border collies, beagles, bloodhounds and basset hounds. Spare a thought for Winston the French bulldog and Rummy the Pekingese, who were runners-up. Buddy Holly's owner calls him frisky and friendly, while he charmed the judges with his confidence and calm. How will Buddy celebrate? With a puppuccino, of course.
Time for the Squiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. Millie the bird hitched a ride to Bali. Bali is an island in which Asian country? It's Indonesia. Question 2. What is the name of the Australian band competing in the Eurovision Song Contest? It's Voyager. Question number 3. Nazaré is a famous big wave surf break located off which country? Well, you're right if you said Portugal.
Shout outs.
It's May 11. Happy birthday to Aussie basketball star Lauren Jackson. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Summer from Gladstone, Bella from Yass, Joey from Gundagai, Alex from North Ainslie, Annabelle from Northcote, Harlow from South Ripley, Chloe from French's Forest, Bay from Mermaid Waters, Emily from Marrickville, Willow from Melbourne, Hendrix from Shell Cove, Harley from Wynnum, Keith from Coburg, Bella from Yass, Lucy from Launceston, Heidi from Wembley Downs, Amelie from Fairfield, twins Sion and Sihu from Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, and She from Yokohama, Japan. Belated shout-outs go to Katrina from Box Hill and Otis from Orange. And classroom shout-outs today go to Class 2W with Mrs. Wixon and Class KM with Miss Mac at the Riverina Anglican College in Wagga Wagga. Class 3-4C with Mrs. Carter and Mr. Colbrain at Lakelands Public School in Dapto. Class SP2 with Mrs. Graham at St Pius Parish School in Warrnambool. And lastly, Class 5-6 with Ms. Tory at Tempe Public School. Don't forget, if you have a birthday coming up and if you want a shout out or if you want a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. That's all we've got time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have the most excellent day. Over and out.